Well, hello friends, Fujosevic here. Welcome back to some Hearthstone, as we have found ourselves a rogue who did not mulligan any of their cards and hasn't played the quest yet. I know this is actually being recorded after the Quest Rogue nerf, so I'm not expecting this to be Quest Rogue by any stretch of the imagination. But on turn 1, our opponent did, or turn 2 I guess, they hero powered and then backstabbed our 1-2, which may be a questionable play, but who am I to judge? So we're just going to go slow here. Maybe this is a control style deck. Our opponent did get a Mimic Pot off just right then. So these two cards are the same. So if our opponent plays this one, we know what this one is as well, or vice versa, obviously. Fan of Knives. It looks like we're probably getting a miracle right now. Which, in all honesty, if our opponent does the... If our opponent is playing... Oh, how do I want to do this? I'm going to play the Flame Elemental now, because next turn we're going to have a good turn no matter what. Worst case, we coin out the Aya and just ramp our Jades. And if we find a Elemental shenanigan like Servant of Kalamos or something like that, then we can just play that. So I'm expecting our opponent to be playing Miracle if they're willing to just cycle these Fan of Knives turn after turn, not caring about our board. And I feel like we need to go with Aya here. This is just going to get our Jades going really, really quickly. I don't think our opponent's going to be willing to let these live, really. Opponent's class, so our opponent's looking for a Devolve or a Hex, obviously. Vile Spine is sad for us, but really not the end of the world. I think we're going to want to Stonehill Defender into some amazing value. I wonder, do we take Tar Creeper? I think we can take Tar Creeper just because we have so much from hand. I mean, I'd love to take Giant Mastodon. But wait, what do we have to do? We're going to clear this board pretty easily, right? Like, we clear this board with Flame Tongue and Face. And I know them... no, we clear it with just this one minion. As much as that's a bad trade, I want to have 2 minions around the Flame Tongue. What are we doing turn 7? I don't know what we're doing turn 7. So that's the issue. Like, if we had things to hold us over until Giant Mastodon, I would want to take this for sure just because it's huge. But I feel like this is what we're going to do now instead. And let's go 1 to face. Only because we have the other Jade Claw here. And I don't mind getting our Jades really, really going. So if we can find a Spirit Echo onto like a Jade Spirit, our Jades will grow out of control. Sapping a Flame Tongue, wow. That's interesting. Just because whatever our opponent plays now, they know we can kill it, basically. The other Vile Spine. Wow, so that's both Vile Spines out of the way. That's very, very interesting. I don't know if it tells us anything about what our opponent's doing or planning on doing. And we played this Flame Tongue, obviously, because we knew our opponent knows that we have it. So we're just going to play that one. We're going to keep the other one hidden, our one in the left side of our hand. We have 1 Hex for one of the Arcane Giants that we're expecting, or maybe an Edwin. But we also have Devolve. Like, if our opponent wants to flood with some Questing Adventurer, Edwin shenanigans, we just have a Devolve and win. Devolve is obviously useless against Arcane Giants, because it just doesn't work. I mean, top decking Spirit Echoes right now. I'm just trying to think of like what our next couple plays could be. Is that our card? SI7? Kind of whatever. Evis? Yeah, so this is definitely some sort of Giant's Miracle type thing. Uh-oh. That's a big Edwin. But like we said, you know, Edwin doesn't really do too much because we have the Hex. The issue, however, though, is if our opponent plays a big Giant next turn, we're not going to be able to deal with it. So I'm going to go Devolve now. As much as that might seem like it's silly, I feel like this is maybe the... I was going to say this is the safer play. Holy. We're going to attack in this way. Then we're going to go and get a Healing Totem, I guess. Oh, wow. That was a really not the best Devolve. A 2-mana 2/6 is highly, highly statted. I was really expecting to be able to chop through this entire board and give our opponent nothing to do this coming turn. And the reason why I went for the devolve there is because we have the Hex for... Oh, boy. We really want this to roll. It doesn't matter. Our opponent's going to be able to clear the board, basically, no matter what. Oh, that's a weird trade. Our opponent's worried about face damage. So, yeah, if the Giants come out now, we have the Hex. Oh, brutal. That is... Wow, that's really... Okay, that's very interesting, actually. It's gonna be the boggiest. And we're gonna go with a Jade Claws, and we'll punch this down. So now at least we're contesting our opponent on board, and we still have a big Bog Creeper. So our opponent's played one Arcane Giant. I missed the fact that the first... Oh boy. This is definitely not excellent for us. At the very least, we have Lightning Storm. And maybe, honestly, at the very most. This clears the board, though, so that's nice. And then we're going to play the most power that we possibly can. And kind of just go from there. We're going to, yeah. I mean, the Bog Creeper's obviously powerful, but that was just the most efficient turn for our mana. And it's an elemental, so in the event that we top deck a Servant of Kalamos, which is, what, 2 out of 16, there's the last Arcane Giant. So that's the last real threat to us, and we already kill it on board. But we're going to do better than kill it on board, because we have a Flame Tongue. So I think we're basically good. Oh, and this, as they say, seals the deal, I would imagine. Unless our opponent gets a great... we're going to take an Ozrook because it doesn't overload us. Unless our opponent gets a great Miracle this coming turn. This is probably a done deal right now. Just because we have a board developed. Our opponent sure has Backstab and another one more Evis. Maybe a Sap, but I mean, we're just going to have big things getting thrown down now every turn. Bog Creeper also, I know we were talking about which cards now have the Elemental tag, and I really think Bog Creeper could potentially be there. I think some of these Bog minions in WoW had the Elemental tag. So there is that at least. Now Swashbuckler could do things. Swashbuckler gives our opponent some cheap... Oh. Yeah, our opponent's not done here. They're going. Oh, Primal Fusion. Why not the face? I don't understand. Our opponent's done this a couple times now where they've just fully traded in instead of, like, giving, instead of using face and preserving a minion. Break yourself on my body. Feel the strength of my body. Yeah, Mr. Voltron remix on that Ozrook every time. This is... I can't imagine what our opponent would have. Both Arcane Giants are gone. They'll still have Miracles, but I guess they also have Concedes. Which is okay for us. We'll take it. Okay, so we're back, and we just got stomped by a Pirate Warrior, but that's okay, because that does sometimes happen. We're back here against now a Mage. We would have loved Healing Totem just so our opponent doesn't get the free ping, but that's okay because we do have the Stonehill Defender. I'm expecting this to be some sort of secret mage, right? Our opponent coins out. Oh, maybe more Freeze Mage styles. So we're going to need to discover... Oh, actually, Sinjin's fantastic. We're just going to go face here. Not that face damage is really going to matter, but the idea is... We kind of, if we can get it to slow our opponent's turn down, that's good. And if not, well then, oh well. Oh my. It is time for the OTK Mage. So I don't know how we should play this. I think what we're going to want to do is... Oh, I wonder if we go for a Stonehill and try and Spirit Echo it right now, or if we need to be Spirit Echoing Jinyu's. Yeah, I think we do actually, or at least Spirit Echo something bigger. Hot Spring could be cool. Have we played any totems yet? I don't think we've totemed yet. We're gonna want to take the totem though. Hey, we totemed once. What do I know? And we will play the Flame Elemental just so we can ping down a Mana Worm or something like that. This is always scary just because we kind of have to think through the turns of needing taunts so that our opponent can't just burst us if they're the Arcane Giant version. if they are the bursty OTK Archmage. What is the OTK? It's Archmage with a couple of Sorcerer's Apprentices, with them being doubled, and then you have 0 cost fireballs, which is just silly, right? Hey, Flame Geyser. That's not very nice. So what we really want right now is to be able to put a little bit of pressure at least on our opponent. Ugh. There's a lot going on here. There really is a lot going on. I'd love to Totemic Call. I'd really love to start hero powering. But I don't think we get to. I think maybe we should have punched a face just 2 more just to start putting a little bit of pressure on. The idea here is we need to have a little bit of pressure on board so that our opponent can't just continuously do their thing while ignoring us. Like, we need to have some powerful minions on board so that our opponent has to spend at least some of their turns dealing with us. Because if we don't, then we're going to lose. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we're going to be able to Jinyu into Spirit Echo. Once we find a Hex and maybe one other small spell, we'll be able to... Okay, well, that's one Frostbolt, I guess. That's not going... Oh, that's giving us a kill, which is nice, I guess. How do we do this? We don't have elementals yet, so we can't do that. It's kind of scary that our opponent... Let's see if we get spell power. Kind of makes this a little bit easier. Now the question is, do we want a Flame Tongue? And I'm going to say no, because maybe there's a good chance that our opponent has blizzards and things like that. The only issue here is we weren't able to get any sort of elemental action going to start chaining the Servant of Kalamos. Now our opponent can very easily clear our board, but getting 4 extra damage I don't think would make too much of a difference if our opponent's at 23 or 27 right now. Like, if our opponent doesn't have a good AoE now, then they would start thinking about becoming in trouble. But otherwise, I don't really think they're going to be too concerned about what just happened with the board there. Running that Cold Light Oracle definitely makes me think it's Sorceress Apprentice OTK. Yeah, Volcanic Potion. Good thing we did not play the Flame Tongue. What do we really want to see? I guess a Jade Spirit would be the best thing. Yeah, Jade Spirit would be the best. Manatide. I don't even really want Manatide. Okay. I didn't mind giving our opponent the draw if we were going to also get the draw. This is just kind of scary if it's Vaporize, which I have seen some people playing the old Vaporize, which is kind of scary. The Vaporize can be scary in this situation because that's just a lot of secrets going on right now. Oh boy. Arcane Intellect. Our opponent's burning through their deck. So maybe it is good that we start that we get our Manatide out as well, so we can kind of keep up with the draw, so we don't fall too far behind. Still no Jade action going on, that's for sure. How do we want to... Whoa, we don't want to do that. We could... I don't want a Lightning Storm. We're going to have to save some of these, but again, the Lightning Storms might just sit in our hand for a long time. Oh, this could actually be Mana Bind, right? Then we definitely don't want to give our opponent Lightning Storm. What do we want to give them? Nothing. We just won't cast any spells. We'll see what happens here. We'll test this way. It's fine. And as much as I would love to get this attack in here, I want to get the healing just so that we can't lose our board to Blizzard. Obviously, we still lose our board to... a Flame Strike, but at this point, maybe we just have to concede the fact that we're going to lose our board to a Flame Strike. And if we don't lose our board, then we're kind of in good shape. Well, and really not in even the best shape, simply because we still don't have any of that Jade action going on. The end is kind of coming right now. Kabbalist Tome, that's terrifying because that's most of our opponent's quest. And now the question is, do we want to Servant of Kalamos simply to activate our next Servant of Kalamos? We have 10 cards, so I'm gonna go with a big ol' yes. And you know what? If this is mana bind, let's do this. You know what? I tried. I really tried there. I was really hoping that was mana bind. We could have filled our opponent's hand. One card could have been burnt. We could have maybe done something, right? So this is probably then ice block, I think. So that'll be good. The issue is we're gonna have a whole bunch of random. Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of random secrets and things like that, which are just gonna be terrifying now. Oh boy. Blood Mage, perfect. What do we want? We want to devolve or something like that, right? Ugh. Now that counter spell though, huh? I guess it's gonna happen sometimes. We're gonna need a big old Calamos. Oh, Mirror's the worst thing actually for us, but our health maybe doesn't matter too much in this matchup, to be honest. Simply because we're expecting to get OTK'd or Alex'd and then OTK'd. You know what I mean? So if our opponent had, and you know, our opponent didn't burn a fireball on this minion, they just value traded here, which is probably reasonable. What are their quests at? 5 out of 6? Very scary. Very, very scary that we just die now. These both go down. And then we say go. And we hope our opponent's going to be able to finish this quest off really, really soon. Which is just going to be scary. And I didn't want to overload ourselves. I didn't want to overload us there playing a Jade Claws. I thought like, maybe that'll make a difference. Maybe I should have just played Harrison Jones out for value. Mind if I roll need? I never mind if you roll need, bro. Pinging the old face. Pinging the old face. That's all right. I'm tempted to. Oof. What do we want to do now? I mean, we got to kill that, so we're gonna have to play it this way. Yeah, maybe we do this. We'll heal up to full. We'll try and get a taunt, just in the event that it's Arcane Giants, as opposed to Archmage. Because once this gets completed, we're going to die anyways. So, if we don't get frozen again, which there's a good chance that we do. There's still blizzards. There's still primordial glyphs, right? It's just honestly going to be a matter of either having the arcane giants in our opponent's deck, or having, you know, Archmage or the giants have to be low enough in the deck, and by low enough I mean like at the very, very end, so that we can kind of burst through here. This could be a real problem though. And we still have no elemental activation, so even if our opponent does try and Alex us out now, which I don't think would be the game plan. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on, be like all arcane intellects. So they'll just mill themselves. That's what we need. We need all of this whole Kabbalah's Tome to be 3 arcane intellects. That would be excellent. 3 useless cards. Oh, well, that's something. Unless it's another Frost Nova, we're okay. I don't want to say we're okay, but I mean we're a type of okay. We don't have any other way to do this. I mean, we can... We're going to play Harrison Jones simply to have more board presence, but maybe we should have done the Firefly action instead. That's okay. Ooh, that's very good. Our opponent didn't play anything. They held everything there. That's, didn't our opponent play 2 Frost Novas? One of them must have been a glyph. Oof, Blizzard hurts, actually. Is that a quest completed? Almost milled. almost milled themselves, so that's nice. Could we top deck anything that would give us popping of the ice block right now? Oof, arcane missiles. Yeah, wait, break. Ah, yeah, there we go. Now we can top deck stuff, right? 4. Maybe not. Can we Spirit Echo now? Like, is that worthwhile? Oh, how much face damage does this do? Oh, not enough. No, it only does 5 to face, right? It does the same as the Shaman spell. So this 5+3 is not enough. We can't combo with the Jade. The question is, though, do we want to go with a little Spirit Echo on this board to try and give us a little extra healing? And I don't think we need it. Maybe we do. 3, 4, 3? Oh, we played our elemental. We'll fill our board as much as we can. We have enough hands, so in case enough space in our hand, so in the event that these do just get killed off with like a flame strike or something, we get our Jinyu back. And then we're kind of waiting to see if our opponent's got the combo or not. It's unfortunate, but that's kind of the way this is gonna go. I mean, can our opponent pull off their combo and win? Yes, and the answer is almost certainly yes. Uh-oh. Molten Reflection. Maybe they mill themselves? If this last card is Archmage, we still lose because they're going to draw after they play the quest. So it doesn't matter what that card is. They have their combo. It's a really cool, it is honestly a very cool type of concept for this type of quest. It's just, you know, the fact that this OTK now exists. Oh, wow, Molten Reflection, the last piece of the puzzle was in. Why wouldn't you play Archmage first? I know you have 0 cost spells now, but it's just kind of. That's really too bad. We couldn't get. I wonder if there was anywhere we could have gotten enough. If we could have gotten enough burst anywhere. Like if we could have pushed a little bit more face damage. Maybe early on. Maybe a couple of those early trades actually would have made a difference here. Maybe our opponent ropes and doesn't realize it. I don't know how that would help us. Like, we're still going to lose, but. Yeah, I don't know what else we could have really done here. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, we just didn't have enough pressure. Like, this is what I was hoping. Like, if our opponent was roping, just trying to slowly fireball everything, like, we could have a chance. But I think our opponent realizes, oh, wait, just go face, like, 3 more times and you win. I wonder if we really could have, like, if we just could have gotten the, I wonder how much extra face damage. I think there was, like, 3 extra damage, so maybe we could have popped. Like, if we'd done an extra 3 damage, would we have, like, pushed the Jade Lightning one other turn? And kind of gotten, like, our opponent to fatigue? Somehow? Or no, we would have popped. They still would have been okay, though, because we never had any fatigue damage. Anyways, that's enough rambling. We got to see the combo go off. I wonder where I went wrong there. I like the games where we lose it, where I lose as well, just because it's more honest, and I feel like that's when you're going to learn, is when you actually see the losses, as opposed to just smoothly curving out every game, which is obviously fun. I like to win, but the losses happen to everyone. I think we're just above 50% with this deck now. I haven't played it too much, so maybe the sample size doesn't matter. But that's going to be it for this video. 2 couple interesting games. We beat the Rogue, and then the Quest Mage took us down, and that's okay. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out, everyone.